railroad industry, we look at one industry, and we saw what was happening here, right? People are dying. And people got together and said, look, enough is enough. We have to do something about it, right? And once you start to do something, this is how they mow them down, right? People died for what we are. No. People died for what we are. The pension you have didn't come out of the air. The benefit you have didn't come out of the goodness of the employer. The civil service law that you have, minorities and women died for it. Right? The increments that you have is not the favor of the employer. Right? And they want to take it back. And they are going to take it back. Right? So we put here, and finally, this is what year was this? 1937. This brother here, Frank Morridge, Frank. He was secretary, leader of the union, mine union. Right? 1937. 1937. The National Labor Relations Act was 1935. The National Labor Relations Act was 1935. Right? And the Supreme Court ruled that the law was constitutional in 1937. And look what they say about the man. Take the goddamn body in. We won't ask him the question, we give you $1,000. Go find him and take the body in. We give you $1,000, no question asked. This is what our leaders went through. This is what the struggle went through, right? So the point I'm making, see our leader, Lillian went to jail for healthcare workers, for hospital workers. People went to jail for social welfare workers. Went to jail. People went to jail for what we are. And they are cutting our pay right before our eyes. So we just want to see we are setting up some expectation from now. Because if we do not have expectation from now, we may not accomplish anything. Right? So we are setting up certain demands from now. What are some of the demands? We are saying one job is enough for us. Right? We're saying one job is enough for us. Right? Now, the purpose of the job is to pay for rent and things. We do not control rent and these sort of things. Right? We, in general, the landlord does. Right? But we are saying one job is enough. So we want to get enough pay, and the pay should keep up with the cost of living. Exactly. Right? And we are not the person who is making that. Right? Other people have made those demands. When we look around, I know most of us do not have time to research all of these things and keep abreast of it. So we all can do it. Most of the people in here, right? Master social work, have bachelors, you understand me? So I'm not knocking people, I'm just saying the job. If you have to work from 8 to 4, I know it's 8 to 5 with our lunch break, but 8 to 4, right? You have to get up from 4 hours early, right? In order to come here and you reach back home 4 hours after, right? Even if you reduce it to 2 hours for traveling time, right? So it's 8 plus 2 plus 2. You follow what I'm saying? You do not have time to do a whole lot of things that you wanted to do. So I do some of it. What we have seen is that, you know what these are? This is fire department. Right? Fire department, strong union. Right? Police and fire, strong union. And guess what's happening? They have prison putting out fires right now. Right? It's in California primarily. Right? Right now. And guess how much you are paying there? Nothing. Huh? Nothing. Guess how much you are paying there?
That's modern day slavery.
Okay. So we look on that. Does it, if they are paying them little or nothing, does it affect us?
Yes.
Should we be aware of it?
Yes.
Should we say something about it?
Yes.
I know I should say do, but I'm not going there. Should we say something about it?
Yes.
Have we said anything about it? Okay. As a union, should we be saying something about it? Maybe they are. They are. Okay. This is some of the young lady working for Amazon. You know much of how they get that, and it's not really Jeff. but the system that they have. You know what how they get?
How much?
We've been looking at that. Right? So what we're over here, we are saying that if people are working as hard as we are working, right, then we should be getting comparative higher, or work less hours, right, for the same pay. And we have an article in here, Ford, right? Ford Motor Company removed from a 6-day work week to a 5-day work week and keep the same pay, right? He had his own reasons to doing that. He was top of the line, productive, you know, right? Production line, he was top of it, so he could do that. But the point I'm saying, we are not the first person who started to articulate that, right? People articulated from 1926, and this is not the beginning of it. And Alan and ourselves are doing a whole lot of research on that, right? So, 6-hour day, 100 years ago, right? 6-hour day was being demanded, right? We have these things here, we are doing a whole lot of research, Alan and myself, right? Because we want to say, when we're going to bargain in 2021, we must have good argument, people must understand what the issues are, right? That's what this is all about. What this is all about is, and we didn't just put these up here, diagram here. In a diagram, we put them up here. We put them up here because we believe in it. Right? We all know that where we have women's dominated jobs, the jobs are paid less. Right? And therefore we are saying women should be conscious about it, right? And it affects the men in those jobs too, correct? Right? Because they do not pay the men. Sometimes they do, but I'm not going there. Right? But at least the pay is suppressed when we have women dominated jobs. Education, healthcare, social work, right? Those sort of things. So what we are saying is, right, we are trying to organize, mobilize, get the people conscious about it, right? Women have to work, some of them have to work almost 2 years to get what the average white male get. And that's what this is about. Common Dreams, October 30, 2019. 20% of the firefighters on the front line in California, all right, are detained folks. Paid.
Nothing.
20% of the people on the fighting fires in California, right, are paid. See there, right? And we say the fire department is strong, right? And because of that, they saved the city how much? Now, I want you follow? So, okay, let us say, look, we come in for the union meeting, so we have to have a common discussion. Let us say the city didn't plan it. You know? It's an emergency. They didn't plan it. Right? Do they learn from this? Does this teach them anything? Does this teach the city anything? What does it teach the city? They can get free labor. Right? Let us say, I know the plan there, but I'm not going there. But give them the benefit of the doubt. You know what? We didn't plan it. We have this massive fire. We have it year to year. But God damn it. Use the prison laborers out there and let them do it. Right? We save millions, we save millions, we save millions. Right? We do not have to expand the fire department. We do not have to expand any services. We use them. Right? And we treat them so bad, right, in the prison that they want to get out. Right? Now, I'll show you there. So, that's what this is about. It's not just this year, last year we have it there, right? Right? And guess what? Somebody told them that they have women there too.
But
Pass
it's
it
not
back.
on the force, but the.
Yes, there are.
We have women too, but let's look at it. We have to make the philosophical step. You know, when was this? I didn't put this up deliberately because I'm not in here for a political class. I'm here for a trade union class. You know, when was this? Anybody want to tell us when was this? That doesn't mean anything. See, I'm jumping out, right? Long time ago. About when was this?
100 years ago.
Right? More than 100 years ago. 1860s around that time, 1870s, right? Yeah? Right? They use us when they ended physical slavery, right? Then they, right, vagrancy and whatever you and put us back in there. Now, it's a different situation. This time the individual was doing. It's a different situation. What's the essence of this? What's the essence of this? Free and free labor. What's the essence of this? You follow? Look at this one now. Look at her. I found work with me. I found work on and this is not 25, was Amazon around 25 years ago. Jeff is not that old, right? Amazon wasn't around 25 years ago, right, Jeff? Right? So this was November 15, 2019, New York Times. Guess what, brother? Say the people are working. And we are. This is not Vietnam. You know, remember we had the Vietnam War. This is not Vietnam, right? Right here. So if Amazon can use the technology, right, to have its commerce, to have people working for how much an hour? You follow what I'm saying? So if, look at her. This picture is coming out in the New York Times. Right? So if they can be doing this, does it affect our job? Right? If I'm here with my loud mouth, say, look, we want job should be enough. We should be cutting the work day and so on and so forth. I'm fantasizing because the trend is going in the opposite direction. Now this is what they tell you. When they come to you, they say, look, you have a job, at least you can survive with a job. Right? But what if you do not have a job? You can't survive. And they put that before you. Right? And therefore you will virtually do anything. You have got to be prepared. You have got to be organized. You have the power. This is why we put it over here. You are in the union. Next one we are going to say you have the power. But we want to start it out with this. Right? You are the union. The union is only as strong as you are prepared to organize and prepared to struggle. Let me just go through this quickly. You get the point we are saying, right? This is not me. This is for us to build an understanding, and then we say, what do we do to go forward, right? The social workers in H&H, right? It was a competitive title, and they remove it. So they can do whatever they want. You follow? And I see they have one of the lowest paid titles. Still competitive. You have to take an exam to get it. They take an exam for $38,000 a year. Nobody wants that. You follow? But it's just a game. And we are losing it. The civil service law we had, people fought and died for it. And we gave it up. Right? And we're trying to see if we can redeem it. We just put in here. I've read Marx and all of these guys. Right? And they talk about class and class structure and class system and class, right? I want you to look at it. All of these companies here, right? All of these companies here. If you talk about class, who owns and control, The class 1 classes who own and control the means of production versus the people who do not own anything, only provide their labor basically. These were all companies, and Amazon took them over. I wonder what Carl would say. Now, if Carl is looking and saying, but God damn it, these people are from the bourgeois class. Work with me. Carl, right? Carl, my buddy Carl. My buddy Karl Marx, right? Carl would have woken up and said, God damn it. When I wrote the goddamn book, I wrote it in terms of class, right? And when Remy from New York told me that I am the founder of it, I told him, you're talking crap. People before me did it. All I did was to reveal this class struggle and what we expect to come out of it. But Carl would have included all of these people as part of the bourgeois, right? And now I saw, we are the one man, Jeff Bezos, right? Bought out all of these goddamn companies. I put 100 here, 100 companies that he bought out and controlled it. You follow? When you look on Microsoft, you go about 500 companies that Microsoft just buy them out and capture the engineers who develop those things. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a new analysis that we have to go through. So I just put some of the companies here because we just spoke. We are less than $2 an hour, right? Less than $2 an hour. He's paying these people, right? The same, Jeff. And Jeff go up in Washington, D.C. and bought the newspaper. What the newspaper in Washington, D.C. need? Huh? The Washington Post. He bought it personally, right? So Mr. Bloomberg, right? Why? They control the media. They control the finances. They control all these things. We have a little money in the bank. If you look on the front page, our equipment and maybe about $2,000, $3,000. We owe nothing, right? Right? But we put a little money in the bank because we say we are not making anybody steal it. Nobody is going to take a dime. People work too hard for their money. The pest control workers out there in the cold, right? Work too hard for their money. So nobody is going to take a penny out of it, right? We'll put it aside. I do not touch it and let the money stay there, right? Until you have a certain minimum, right? After you have that, if they kick you out of somewhere, you won't be ashamed, right? So you have that. But guess the point I'm saying? You put it in the bank. Guess how much you earn for it? Huh? Right. So if you have it in the bank next year, will it be more or less or the same? Less. Right? It's going to be less. Why? The value is going to go down. The relative value. Right? But I'm just, you follow what I'm saying? Right? Sometimes you have to pay for the bank to hold your money. And they lend it out at what % interest? You follow what I'm saying? Right? So they take your money, right? And they just do nothing. And they give you, right? That's the system that we are in. So I'm just bringing the point, not going much further, about Jeff, right? One of the richest man in the world, right? And he's paying, you understand what I mean? And he's buying up all the companies. He and Donald is in war because he wants to take over the military-industrial complex. So I'm just bringing to your attention the environment in which we are, right? We are being paid out of taxes, right? And that sort of a thing, right? And therefore we have to be aware about what's going on and see the trend about what's happening, identify it, right? Organize ourselves to escape out of it. So we have Jeff and his body here, three of them. Three of them. The three wealthiest people in the United States now own more wealth than half, the bottom half of the country combined. And we allow it. We allow it. We allow it. I went into a meeting and a brother got up and said, I am a businessman, so I like it. So, we just remind you that the strength is among us. And we always quote Lee. Lee's the international president. And Lee said, look, I have gone through the country. All right? An election is not just the answer. You have people who are elected and never come to a meeting. So you can't just say because you're elected. You have to look for people who are committed. All right? Look for people who are committed. Committed to the struggle, committed to their fellow brothers and fellow sisters. All right? Look for that. Election doesn't mean anything. Election is set up to divide us. So it one fight against the other. You want to win election, and when is election? The election is 2 years down the road. So I'm sabotaging this in order so the person doesn't look good so I can, right? The election is all about. We elected the people, we elected Donald Trump. Election is not an end in itself.
Did we?
It's not an end in itself, right? So what Lee is saying is, look, organize at the work site, right? Find people there who are prepared to lead, to struggle, to educate one another, you follow? To go there after work, spend some time with your colleague, talk to them, right? So he said at the work site is where we build a muscle for every fight, from winning good contract to electing leaders. So I sent this thing there to them, right? And tell them when the rich don't pay their fair share, cities and states do not have the money to fund public services, and therefore, right, we are going to have more burden. And the final page we put here is, look, the majority of DC terrorism are women, right? And let me drop my voice. The majority of DC terrorism are women, right? And we are saying we want women to. Lillian was the executive director a couple of years back, you know, so we understand that, right? But we are saying that women should be playing the leading role. And if women are not playing the leading role, the union won't grow. Why? You look for the people who are most stressed out, who are most abused, who are most discriminated, right? Find leadership among them. Support the leadership, and they will carry the battle. I cannot carry the battle for women. I can't do it. I can't articulate it as a woman. I can't be emotionally strong as a woman. If I go into the, I'm not saying me, but I'm just giving the example. If I go in there to the mayor and say, look, we want equal pay for women. Look, women are getting 50% of what they should be getting. Women are getting it. And as a consequence of that, women are homeless. There's a woman who has to take care of the baby. This week, today's what? Tuesday? It's yesterday or the day before I heard that a woman was arrested because she left the baby in the car and went shopping. Right? I know, I'm going to use a strong word now, right? But I know women, where's the goddamn man? Right? The woman left the baby upstairs, sleeping in the crib. Right? I'm going down to buy milk because the baby is going to wake. I'm not going much longer, the baby is going to wake up. She run down to the bodega to buy the milk. The baby wake up and start to cry. They call the cops. They lock up the woman before she come up. Where the goddamn father?
I have a question.
Right? So the question we are saying is, look, no, I'm saying it seriously. If you have a problem, the people who are connected to the problem, right, ought to be the group that, right, to lead it. If I go in there to the mayor, and the mayor say, well, you know what, Reid, you're a loudmouth. You said that to me is what, you know, the pay is half for what they should be getting. And you know what, I agree with you. You know? And he said, look, when I went home last night, my wife got on my case, right? and say, you have got to do something. Bill, you have got to take care of those women, right? Bill come back and say, look, I'm going to take care of them here. I'm going to give you 10%. I'm going to say, well, at least we do something. Guess what the woman is going to say? I will still be homeless. 10% doesn't mean anything. You should be giving me 100%. You follow? So I'm going to settle with something. That's inferior. But the woman is going to go in there, right? You know, and organ, right?
I have a question.
Wait, let me finish it. So, so this is why we put this here, right? And we put this one chart there, right? About what our pay is going, right? And what the productivity is going. And on the basis that our pay is flat, right? And the productivity is climbing, somebody's benefiting out of this, right? And we are saying we want our cut, but we won't be able to get our cut until we are organized, right? And finally, what we just remind you, we sent this out, but it wasn't clear, right? We sent this out. We said, look, hundreds of people died, right?